I want to talk to you about who you should hire because this is a really important thing in your business. It can save you a lot of headaches if you get it right. Anyway, there's two main things to consider that are the main foundation of everything else, in my opinion, and then there's a bunch of other things. I'm going to try to talk about as many of those as I can also. So, anyway, my name is Maurice Kempner. I'm an attorney, real estate broker, business consultant, and coach, and welcome to True Legacy Wealth Media. Now, the first thing you're going to want to look at is what kind of personal people skills does the person have? I think this is really important. It's probably the most important thing there is because unless somebody's just working in a cave somewhere and never talks to somebody, you have some kind of job like that, really, they need to be able to relate to people. Now, from some research I did years ago, the report said that 60% of the time, when people quit going to or patronizing a business, it's because of some experience they had with an employee that works there, right? So these people are going to be talking to your employees. Do you want them to talk to your employees? So if you came to the business, would you want to talk to them? Right? What are their skills? How are they going to be to people? Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller, who's an oil baron, he said that if he had a choice between hiring somebody who knew all about oil but what didn't have very good people skills versus somebody who has really good people skills but didn't know anything about oil, he'd hire the person who had really good people skills and didn't know anything about oil and just teach them about oil. And I think that's so true. Right. So this is really the number one thing. These people are going to be working with your other employees. They're going to be talking to your clients. You're going to have to deal with them, right? So really look out for that. The second thing that I would mention is, or that I think is really important, is how interested do the people seem in dealing with and solving the challenges that you have that are the reason for you posting this position or wanting to hire somebody in the first place, right? So when you're talking to these people, do they seem really kind of self-absorbed in how they look and they're nervous and they're just thinking about themselves the whole time, or are they asking you a lot of questions about what are your challenges, what kind of things are they going to be working on, what kind of problems are they going to be solving for you? I mean, things like that are indicative of somebody who is interested in what your challenges are, and kind of try to get a feel for how interested they are in helping you and other people, your fellow employees and managers and people who work there. Are they kind of people who want to do that kind of thing? Are they the kind of people who like solving problems, or do they just want to work and go home when the day's over and not think about anything else anymore? And so that's the other thing. So if you see somebody who just wants to know about, well, how much are you going to pay me? What are my benefits going to be? They're probably not really that interested. I'm not saying they shouldn't ask those things because they need to know. And they are comparing the different places they're going to work and that's for sure and everything. But if that seems to be their primary concern, you could end up with somebody who's like an NFL player that just goes from team to team wherever they can get the best contract or whatever. Now, me personally, I like people who want long term relationships. And that's what I like with my clients, business associates, and the people that I work with, right? Any employees or anything else. And I don't really think of my employees as employees. They're all business associates as far as I'm concerned. We all work together as adults and we all have a common vision and things that we're trying to accomplish with our business, right? And we're concerned about that. We're all concerned about it. You want to be able to take really good care of your employees and try to meet their goals and help them with the reasons that they're coming to work for you, right? It's not just all about you, but you want an employee who feels that way about you too. You don't want somebody who's just showing up there to get all the money they can get for as little work as possible. That's not the attitude you want. So you really need to watch out for that. It's really important. The other thing is, what about all the skills they're going to need, right? Skills. Well, a lot of the jobs today, you just can't hire somebody off the street. You just need to train them. And if you have something like that, where there's a lot of specific niche type skills you got to teach somebody, you don't want to waste a lot of time with somebody teaching them all that and then they just run off to some competitor or whatever. You really want somebody who likes to settle in, that you feel is going to fit with your group and is going to want to stay there for the long term. Again, that's why this is. And I used to be a canine handler in law enforcement, and one of the things we used to look for in police dogs was what they call rank drive. Now, some dogs just have a lot of rank drive, and they just want to be the dog in charge, and they like to run everything. And those dogs, every now and then, they'll challenge their handler. They see their handler as the leader of the pack. They want to be the leader of the pack, right? So you don't really want somebody like that, in my opinion. Somebody who has a lot of rank drive. It's better to have somebody that wants to work with other people, wants to be a contributor, wants to feel valued by other people and important by other people, and really wants to be part of a team, not somebody who just wants to tell everybody else what to do, right? Or to just have their own thing, and doesn't like to work with anybody else. They just kind of like to be. I mean, there's just people who like to be able to just sit there and tell everybody what to do. And I don't really like that. That's not for me. I mean, maybe if you like that, okay, go for it. I think the teamwork approach is a lot better and everybody has a common vision. And you want somebody who can work in that kind of environment and has that personality trait. And I like to talk to them about things that I've got in place to protect my client list and to protect the business name and different things like that. And when people aren't willing to agree to certain things to protect your client list, for example, that tells me they want to steal your client list. And so those are things you can do too to watch out. Now, there's some videos we have on how to protect your client list and your trademark and things like that. So you can watch those videos and see what I'm talking about there. Take your time hiring people. I mean, there's an old saying in business: be slow to hire, quick to fire, right? If they don't work out, the sooner you fire them, the better. Right after you've hired somebody, the sooner you get rid of them, the better. As soon as you think things aren't going to work out. I mean, I'm not saying being rash or anything, but don't keep people around if you hired them and you think it's a mistake. Just say, hey, there's this probationary period and it's going to go on for a certain period of time, and you're going to need to pass it, and we can just let you go for any reason. Now, I'd say somebody with a giving type personality, somebody who likes to do nice things for other people, that's something you would want to look for too, because those kind of people are really going to be good team players. So people who want long-term relationships, people who like to be in long-term relationship, don't move around a lot, like to do nice things for other people, and have good personality when it comes to dealing with other people. I'd say those things are some of the most important things. Now, you're going to have to go ahead and add things to this list that are peculiar to your business. I have no doubt about that. I can't obviously put in here everything that might have to do with your business and your business alone, or every kind of business there is. But I think what I've given you is a really good foundation for you to think about. And maybe during this hiring process, you don't find anybody that fits. I'm going to tell you, I think it's better not to hire somebody if you can't find anybody than it is to hire people that just don't work out. It can really be a hassle and lead to a lot of problems that you just don't want. So, anyway, that's my take on it. After doing this for 3 decades approximately, helping my clients, dealing with my own issues that I've had in this regard, and I've learned some hard lessons. So I hope this will help you. Anyway, if it does, I hope you really appreciate our efforts by subscribing and liking our videos. It helps us a lot to make more videos like this. And if you have anything interesting to say that might be useful to everybody watching, please leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.